the government has to go to the root of such criminal enterprise. I'm sure the president should be embarrassed by now. Initially, when he was speaking to the editors of Streetwatch Journal, he did say that the tape was fabricated. But after that, the dramatic personnel, the Minister of Police Affairs, Jelile Adesinyo, Senator Yola Omishore, Mr. Ayofayoshe, the governor of Ekiti State, and Mr. Musili Obanikoro have all admitted in separate interviews that they took part in the events that were captured in the tape. Such confession and statements are sufficient to move, to embark on serious investigation. And then for the government has to arraign in court all those who are indicted in the rigging of the Ekiti election. It is certainly regrettable in the sense that the tape could not be used at the Election Petition Tribunal and the Court of Appeal. But as far as I'm concerned, a new evidence has been has been produced, which, with the leave of the Supreme Court, should be tendered, and be made admissible. And that will open the Pandora box. It has to be opened in the interest of the integrity of our elections, in the interest of the integrity of the nation. More so that the president was linked in the tape, with the rigging of the election. The minister the Minister of State for Defense, Mr. Obanikoro, did say publicly, in the tape, that he was instructed by the president to superintend the criminal exercise that took place. Also very embarrassingly is the role of the military, particularly in serving Brigadier General, one more, who created such embarrassment for the military. I expect that by now, it should have been placed on suspension to allow for investigation, a court martial. As a matter of fact, I understand, I was reliably informed that one of the reasons for the postponement of the election was not unconnected with the exposé in the Ekiti audio recording tape. Because the same procedure, the same practice, the same device was to be employed in the entire country. So those who were responsible for the manipulation of the Ekiti governorship election will now have to go back to the drawing table and change their tactics. So I do not believe that the election will not be manipulated. In fact, I can say without any fear of contradiction that the whole hunabelu over the use of card readers has to do with the planned manipulation, the planned rigging of the election. Those who are afraid of having the identity of every voter checked through the aid of the card reader are mounting a campaign of calumny against the leadership of INEC, so that INEC will be sufficiently blackmailed to drop the use of card readers, so that the criminal elements in our midst, the anti-democratic forces, can then take advantage of the thousands, if not millions, of PVCs that have been procured, that have been bought, so that they can use them on the day of the election. But once the card readers are put into use, and I must say, the card readers are not part They are not part of electronic voting. The card readers are for the purpose of accreditation. You come in the morning, produce your PVC, it is checked, your biodata, your fingerprint is checked. Once you are not the owner of the PVC you are producing, of course, it will be rejected by the card reader. It is after the accreditation has been concluded that voters are dispersed, only to come back in the afternoon to cast their votes. So the card reader is not for the purpose of voting, but for the sole purpose of ensuring that the bearers of PVC are the actual owners